Welcome researchers, good day, and this is Ms. Zhang, and welcome to Practical Research 1 with me. And today I have a few FAQs or frequently asked questions regarding chapter 1, which is the task that we are doing for this moment. Now let's talk about that one by one. The first question is, how do we differentiate a qualitative research paper versus a quantitative research paper? And so let's check on that. For example, you read an abstract, and when you read the abstract, let's have, okay, so this is some assessment, an article, and then results indicated that. Now, if you check on this, there are 2,000 senior high school students that were assessed, and there's a survey that was used in order to um, administer and get their findings. So if there's a survey and if there are a lot of people not involved in that particular research, that is a quantitative research. So quantity, we're talking about quantity, numbers. And kaning survey research, it is always tagged as quantitative because once you're conducting a survey, and then ang survey manggod, daghan ang participants that will participate of that survey. Therefore, if makita na ka if you can see lang survey siya, so yes, that's already a quantitative research. And if more so daghan gani ang participants ana na paper, that is a quantitative research. And then for qualitative research, in the video that I posted sa channel nako before this particular video, I already mentioned unsa to ang kinds of qualitative research, no? And then in a qualitative research, lesser yun na ang participants. You have to remember that, no? Okay, you're talking more of quality man, and so to get quality, no? Less ang participants nga mo participate ana nga research paper. Okay. So, and then na ako'y i-pull up na example here, and then masahon nimo, okay, students need and then however, okay. You are naano na siya clue nga this is a qualitative research paper because in the abstract ibutang gid na nga this is a qualitative research, then especially if man na siya phenomenological research, then very useful sa ato because we are using phenomenology. Okay, and then ako i-highlight later why man need jud namo miss nga mangita og qualitative and phenomenological nga research paper, why man it's a need, phenomenological. Let's see, daghan kay na mong gawas, and then let's see kung asay first nga okay, let's see kani contemporary qualitative method and then phenomenology. Let's open that one. Okay. And makita man sad na ninyo diring dapita sa abstract nga hala unsa di gigamit na method, and then if makita nimo nga pheno siya and at the same time qualitative, okay, sige, let's check on that. And let's get back there nganong need bang gyud na atay qualitative and phenomenological research sa ato ang related studies. Okay, so akong i-pull up ang kaning file nga I attached March 1 this week, and then this is a file that I want everyone to follow, kay para inig-submit ninyo, this is how the submission would look like. This is already Times New Roman 12, 2.0 spacing, and justified ang format sa text. Okay? And then, ang makita sa first page would be the title page. So, example lang na siya, there. Make sure the title is in bold and then capitalized as well. Then, follow lang your section, and then May 2021, because that's the oral defense. Then, diretso na dayon, chapter 1, the problem is background. So, introduction. So, the first part, rationale, and it was discussed in detail sa previous nga YouTube discussion video that I made. And then diri lang is emphasize na informative ang tone sa atong rationale, kasi you're giving info what's known about this topic, what is not known, what is the research gap, you're informing. And then sa last part should be persuasive because you have to justify there's a need di ay to conduct the study. Kanang naa may need, no? So i-persuade nimo ang readers nga yes, there's a need and here's why. Okay? And then it should you should be telling justifying the need to conduct the study, and then you can start with the definition of the problem or the phenomenon that you have chosen. Unsay global context niya, what is happening around the world when it comes to the phenomenon that you have chosen. And then if man na makitaan nga national context of the phenomenon, like you chose learning in the COVID-19 pandemic, challenges, and then unsa man na abay makitaan ka nga research paper, no, that says Philippine context about that, then go ahead, pwede na siya i-add. And then if walay makitaan ka nga Philippine context, like as in rare jud kay no nga naigi-conduct na study sa Philippines about that phenomenon, therefore that becomes a research gap, no, kay wala kaayo na siya gi-address di ay no sa Philippine researchers kana nga phenomenon. Okay, so pwede na siya mahimo na research gap. Okay, and then you see prior context of the phenomenon. If ang imuhang mga participants kay coming from University of Cebu main campus senior high school department, then di mo na ibutang dagha nga the researchers have observed that this phenomenon is happening. Okay, kay para ma-justify ba nga nang dili man jud ka nang muha og respondents nimo because the phenomenon is happening. Na example no nga there's a group nga ang ilang study is Cebuano frontline workers. Okay, so ibutang why man. Okay, so the researchers have observed that because of the COVID-19 pandemic, there's a kanang need no of more frontline workers, and then sa Cebu it's happening ingnana. Okay, so kana siya nga context ba kung kinsa di ay ang imong respondents, so dapat imo siyang i-appeal sa rational nga nganong sila man ang imuhang na choose as respondents. Okay, and then the theoretical background na dayon, kanang sa theoretical background again ang imuhang theory no would serve as the paragraph heading. So, ng paragraph heading, miss, the paragraph heading is, technically, it's heading of the paragraph. Ano? So, mo na siya ang word or keywords nga before magsulat ka sa paragraph, ibutang na nimo. And in this case, ang imuhang theory, ang imuhang heading, rather, okay? And then, make sure nga na ay prefatory paragraph ang imuhang theoretical background. So an example would be kani, this part of the chapter presents all the theories that support the paper. The study is anchored in the following theories, and then diretso naka cognitive development theory, and then Piaget's theory explains that unsa man na siya. Okay, so si Piaget ang theorist aning kaning cognitive development theory. Why does this theory support your study? So, ingon ana siyang explanation din. Hey. So, kaning this is where the researchers present all the theories. Kay ako na siyang gibutang unsa di content anang theoretical background. So, kana. And then, inigriting na ninyo mismo, mag-start mo sa kaning this part of the chapter presents, no? Okay, that is the prefatory paragraph man. It should, dapat na ana siya prefatory paragraph ang theoretical background. Okay? And then, mo na siya, no, ibutang nimo unsa na siya nga theory, and then ibutang dayon nimo why does that theory support your current study. So there are the first four sentences explain unsa na siya or descriptions of theory, and then the succeeding sentences should explain how this theory supports your study. Manang maka-support mo ni nga theory sa imong paper. Okay, one of the easiest ways to find a theory would be reading your related studies, no? Nya ini ka read mo sa related studies na ana siya ma-mention dira nga ala na ay theory, no? Unsa man nga theory be? Let's see. Okay, so kani nga theory di ay can explain or can support my study. So pwede na nimo gamiton nga theory, no? So that's it. Again, you may do research on theories. Kaya kaya importante siya. And then sa framework, no, researchers would look like that. If duha ang imuhang theories, then duha ka box. But if tulo, no, or 4 or 5, then go ahead. At least 2 raman atong ipangayo for the theories, and then connect it with lines. Do not use arrows, kay arrows mean cause and effect. Dili man ta cause and effect ani. Kung ano man siya, establishing relationship, no, that this one is connected to the other. So lines ra na. And then title of your paper, and then katong questions nga naa sa inyong SOP, ibutang din ha. So, for example, ang inyong questions tulo, challenges, coping, and realization. So, tulo. Kung duhara, challenges o coping, dara. Kung reasons, effects, and challenges, ibutang dara. No? Advantages and disadvantages, duha. Okay, ibutang dara. Okay? So, again, asa ni Base Miss, gikan siya sa inyong SOP questions. And then, that's the title of the figure. And then, i-focus na rin nato din hino ang RRL and RRS, because this is another, no, the second FAQ, or frequently asked questions, and say difference ani. All right, let's talk about the citation first. Sa related literature review, ang inyong citation kay mag-depend. It will depend on the relevance of your phenomenon or the research topic that you have. Okay, for example, no, na ay nag-discuss ilang phenomenon is the use of smartphones in online classes. Okay, and then mag-cite ka og mga 1980s. It will be invalid because during 1980s, ang smartphone usage, siguro ganina siya na highlight or na-invent at that time, no, ang smartphones. So, you cannot cite 1980s if kana imuhang topic. Now, if your citation is kay mga 1980s, 1990s citation, and then let's say about teenage pregnancy, or about academic stress, or let's say it's about student workers or employed students, no, students who are working, or let's say no, kana nga mga topics, academic stress, peer pressure, these mga phenomena are already happening before. So, pwede na ka mag-cite ang mga 1990s dira sa imuhang citation sa related literature. Okay, pwede ra. So long as it's relevant, no? Now, sa related studies, no, because there was also a question nga, Miss, kana naalagi may discussion nga dapat 5 years ago ang citations nga imutang. Okay, with regard to that question, yes. Sa related studies, you have to be careful nga the citations here are 5 years ago. So, maka-acceptan yung 2016 or 2015, 16, 2017, 18, 2019, 2020. Kana nga mga year is acceptable, no, sa related studies. Okay, but beyond 5 years ago, dili na siya pwede. Okay, strict dira sa related studies. Why? Kaya ang sa related studies man god, this will highlight what are the current trends of the phenomenon, and then if mo current na trends, of course dapat ang imuhang date, no, ang year of citation would be relevant nga karon siya nga time. Okay, so dapat strict ta na nga 5 years ago ang citations sa related studies. Okay, I hope that's clear. So, na gani ka, dapat strictly 5 years ago sa related studies na siya mo reflect nga writing. But then, sa related literature review, it's okay to have 1980s, 1990s, so long as it is relevant and valid to your chosen research topic. Okay, and then sa uban nga na-approve nga katong COVID-19 or katong wala COVID-19 but pandemic lang, no, pandemic kanang distance learning in the pandemic. And then sa una na naman say pandemic, no, not necessarily COVID-19 but it's pandemic. So pwede ra ka unsa tang a year nga relevant siya, but then if you specify sa title ninyo COVID-19 challenges, no, COVID-19 pandemic, students in the COVID-19 pandemic, ang ato ara yung makita sa inyong paper kay 2019, 20 ug 2021. Why? Kay 2019 man to, di ba? Ang outbreak sa Wuhan, China sa COVID-19 kay specific man siya. So dapat no na 2019, 2020, 2021 ang makita namo sa inyong literature, because kana man panahon na nga ni nga naa ang COVID-19, right? Kay wala pa may COVID-19 pag 2018. Like, hello, di ba? No, logically speaking. So, kana siya. No, you have to really understand your phenomenon, no, the chosen topic that you have, so that you will understand, okay, unsa man nato pwede ibutang sa literature o sa studies. Now, and then let's talk about now the content. Okay, sa related literature, you will then here present unsa man ang mga concept sa imuhang papel. That's why, di ba, ang nasa example din kay ang una, the first unsa ni heading, paragraph heading is Overseas Filipino Worker Parents, because mao ni siya ang ilahang phenomenon nga gi-choose. So for example, let's have an example sa Alright, so let's have an example. No, let's say social isolation. If mo na imong topic, then mo na siya nag-una, and then define unsa ng social isolation, unsa na siya. Online learning, ibutang nimo din ha. College course planning, ibutang nimo din ha as your kanang paragraph heading, no, or academic stress, ibutang nimo din ha, or broken family, or students with broken family, how is that being defined? Okay, or virtual teamwork, how's that being defined? Academic pressure, no, teenage mothers, say definition ana, okay. What else? Frontline workers, unsa na siya? Lived experiences, no, of frontline workers, what is that? Unsay definition sa lived experiences, no. And then perception and social isolation, unsay definition ana niya? Unsa nang social isolation, what's that? How's that being defined? Unsay concepts nga need nato siya ibutang din ha, no. Alright, so ingana siya, mao na siya ang inyong the first paragraph would be about your phenomenon. Let's say if lived experiences, then you also have to define unsa na ang lived experiences. How do people know how do researchers define lived experiences? Okay, or perspective. If perspective siya or perception, you also have to define that. And then sa next na mga paragraphs, no, if you noticed ang lead na karon nga paragraph heading, challenges, then coping mechanisms, the last realizations. You've noticed, no, nga ang iyahang naa dinhi kay ang mga naa sa imuhang very good sa SOP questions nimo. So kung hintahay imong question dinhi is first is reasons, so reasons na siya, no, reasons of employed students. Nga naman nga mga estudyante, they tend to find work while studying. Reasons. Next, effects. What are the perceived effects? What are the effects, no, of these? So ibutang nimo din ha. That goes back, that leads us to the question earlier nga naman, miss, need jud nga mangita mi og phenomenological research paper. The answer is this, because you will actually use that research paper nga qualitative phenomenological sa imuhang research, sa imuhang literature review. Okay, so imo na siyang ibutang man din ha. And then it will also be helpful sa asa man sa imuhang related studies, kay sa related studies diretso man siya kung unsang imuhang mga themes, no, unsay naa sa imuhang questions sa SOP, ibutang man na nimo din ha, no. And then unsay highlight under yung related studies, unsay naka-differentiate ani sa related literature. Ang sa related studies, no, researchers, you have to be careful and inyo dyan siyang timanan. Remember that for the related studies, ang inyong ibutang din ha, focus on what is the purpose of that related study and unsay findings sa related study. Again, unsay purpose ana nga related study, unsay findings nila. Again, no, unsay purpose sa related study and unsay findings niya. So nako example there, so that guided mo, no, unsaon siya pagsulat, no. And then be clear, direct to the point, unsay purpose, unsay findings, that's all. Mao na siya ang content na dapat nakakita sa related studies ninyo. And again, 5 years ago ang validity sa sources niya sa related studies. So let's have an example nga kani, no. Okay, basahan natin the abstract. Students engage the students assessment, okay, students value, however passion, implications of. Okay, so the student's assessment provides the results indicated that. Okay, so nanano unsay results. indicated that grade of students value resources that support transitions, have a passion for their career, have a wide range of occupational choices. However, they did not perceive that. So, muna siya ang, no, in the study of Bloxham et al. Year 2008, no, muna siya yung citation. Kanang, let's see, unsang ilahang kanang purpose of the study. So, pangitaan nimo, wala man gibutang diretso sa ilahang abstract, but si high school students engaging in career decisions, the students' assessment is the focus of this study. Okay, so ang ilahang focus sa study nila is to provide unique insights into the perceptions. So, mana na siya. This is what? This is their purpose. Okay, so in the study done by Bloxham et al. Of 2008, their study focus to provide on the insights of the students' perception on effectiveness of the high school career programs that they have. The results of that study indicated kana dayon. Alright, so that is how you're going to write and format your related studies. Unsay purpose ana nga study, unsay ilang goal, unsay gusto nila ma-find out, and then unsa dayon ilang findings. Okay? So need ninyo nga kung whatever questions you had sa inyong research, sa inyong research questions pa, makapangita mo og related studies that could support that, because that's how you're going to format man your related studies para clear siya nga okay mo ni si challenges, okay mo ni si coping mechanisms nga nakita ninyo sa related study. And let's see sa inyong related literature, sa literature man good, vast kaayo ka og sources, libro, news article, journals. Okay. So, miss, for example, kani siya nga paper, miss. Can we use them for related literature, and also can we use them for related studies? The answer is yes, of course. Kay ang kanang journal man good, that can be RL, that can be RS as well. How to do that? Okay, so basa na kani. The schoolwork transition requires that, and then post-industrial. Kanang mga ingani diri sa intro, guys. Researchers, this is the literature review. Actually, overview na siya sa literature sa kanang papel. So, kani dapita din inyo din magamit as what? As your related literature review. Reported that the indicators of effective work includes kani ana. Kana ibutang nimo sa imong literature review. And then kanang ang method, so this study is based on larger scale of so scaling siya. So this is unsa naman ni siya, kay scale man siya. This is a quantitative paper. And then participants, questionnaire also. If you maggamit kani og questionnaire, that is a quantitative research. And then tan-awon dayon ninyo sa usa ka journal ang results, and then makita dayon sa results unsa na yung result nila din then that could be the related study ninyo ibutang, kaya again go back ta ani ang sa related studies, just write down unsay purpose ana nga related study, and then unsay findings niya. And then all other else nga makita nimo sa papel nga na dinhi method, ang ilang mga introduction, kana you can use those information in your related literature review. Okay, kay mas vast man ang sa literature, kay unsay context ana nga phenomenon, unsa na siya, unsay mga need nato nga mahibal-an about that phenomenon, ibutang na siya sa literature. Okay. And then, sa studies lang yun, ang imo harang highlight ana, purpose and findings. That's it. Purpose and findings of the related study. And then, that's it. Okay? So, I hope that was clear ba, how you format literature review and unsay naa sa studies, unsay highlight sa studies. And then, if makita nimo sa abstract ko, the purpose of this research was to investigate. Okay, so mo na siya purpose ana nga research, and then tanaw na to unsay findings ana nila. Then if you see nga 110 students, and then negative relationship are blah blah blah, and then mga numerical interpretations. This is a quantitative research. So quanti ni siya. Someday ay ang qualitative. Okay, so let's let's see this one. Okay, no, so kani siya qualitative, direct link. To continue, you are now exiting, and then you are now going to doi.org. And I hope ma-load na siya. Then let's click PDF. So this one is an example. I get this article in a few versions. So abstractor ang makita. Okay, so if that's the case, then mangita taglain nga paper because we need to have an access of the full paper para makabasa ta, uy, yun sa di nila, and then sa results di ay ani niya, no? Let's see, qualitative, phenomenological, and then direct link. It will route us to another link of the paper itself. Hopefully, this is complete paper. Then check na sad na to open. Okay, kaya kani siya, ni siya abstract. You can read the abstract. Diha na ka makabalo sa abstract kung, hala, unsa ni siya? Is this a phenomenology or is this a quantitative research paper? Okay, so you have to also read. And sa title pa lang daan na siya qualitative phenomenological study. So you can have that. Let's see. Hey, wait lang. No, not print. Cancel. We can actually save this. No, 24 pages they see. How do we save? And then let's see if ma-open siya. Cancel. Open file. Then need jud na to also kani kay naka-access jud ta sa entire nga kuan paper ay 2019 ProQuest. Google page, acknowledgements, okay. And then statement of the problem, yun sa niya. Okay, magbasa ka. Okay, introduction. So, sa kaning introduction, you may actually use, ang introduction niya as part of your related literature. O, sige, suwat niya din ha. O, say need na tumabalaan. O, ibutang mo sa related literature nimo. And then, sa studies, focus or jud ka unsay purpose ana nga related study or kana nga paper, and then unsay findings niya, and then that's it. Format it in a sense nga again unsay questions nimo sa imuhang research paper mo sa na no sa SOP questions na siya. So I hope that was clear, no? Again, for related literature and related studies. And then, dapat clear siya, no, ang pagkakasunod-sunod niya. And if you've noticed, this part of the paper, this is the prefatory paragraph. You have to have that para clear nga, okay, unsa din na dadapita nga part sa paper. Okay, so it's about that. No, again, same sa related studies, you may do so. And then SOP na dayon. Again, this is how you're going to format. This is the general research question, no? And then wala na ginabutang dayeg second semester, ibutang lang siya dira, no, para specific. Okay, so nalimtan og butang. And then the research questions, so challenges, coping mechanism, realizations, significance, ibutang, and then scope and limitations, you have an example there. And then references pages, you already know this, that whatever is the in-text citation should be listed down sa reference pages ninyo. Again, it's 88 na-discuss na before. Then, butang na yun ka attachment sa imuhang contributions tracker. Alright, I think that's it, no? And again, no, for the submission, you need to submit chapter 1 introduction and submit chapter 1 the problem. So, kana ra dili pa to appeal ang part 3 katong method, and then part 4 katong definition of terms. Dili pa kanira kung ipasubmit, no, because that's a frequently asked question man FAQ. And the fourth FAQ is the rubrics, and then na din ha, no, you will be graded by your content, by your grammar, by your format, by the citation, and zero plagiarism. Remember that if 30% or more, I will not accept your paper, ha. You can use this plagiarism checker. It's ang accuracy niya almost mga 98% na siyang accuracy niya. Okay, us we will be using Grammarly Premium in checking plagiarism for the paper, but this one is close ni siya sa 100% accuracy. So you may use that. And use also Grammarly if you need grammar help, no? And citation machine is there to help you para sa inyong mga citations. Make sure it's APA formatted. Alright, and I think that would be all, no? Make sure that kanang you follow no the format kani siya kay nanandira ang format actually, and I actually sent this, diba, advisor's notes. It was already discussed sa akong very first video discussion on chapter 1 unsay format niya, and then unsay writing niya. Please do not use contractions no in writing, and then use present tense, and use past tense if procedures of the research, no, but present tense yun na siya ang theories, ang literature review, ideas ninyo. Okay, and then my prefatory paragraph. All right, so I think I've covered as well that no sa before nga video, so din na lang ko na siya i-highlight. Okay, so I hope that clear siya no ang expectations of you para inig-pass niyo na ko. Okay, ang expectations na meet since it was already been discussed. So again, that's it no, how to check on quali and quanti, and for in discussion sa qualitative, unsa ning qualitative research paper, and then unsay mga kinds sa before aning nga video, I already discussed that. You can check and view. I think that would be all for this morning. As asad ni siya nga minutes ang nakuha sa time. I think I've discussed now sa FAQs nga RLRS, ang rubrics, qualitative versus quantitative, and only part 1 and part 2 ang akong ipasubmit for chapter 1. Thank you, researchers, and enjoy the rest of today, and I hope that this video helped you in also checking out and writing, no, especially sa part sa literature review and sa related studies na review. And remember, no, sa citation, ana. Okay, thank you, and if you have questions, so feel free to write down the questions, or also you can reach me out via the facilitators, because we have a group no chat for all researchers, facilitators, and assistant facilitators. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of the day, researchers. Bye!